Today I'm going to show you some of our favorite jackets for Dachshunds from Voyagers K9. Wait, just wait. We have the rain jacket. No, come here, buddy. You gotta wait here. Wait. The rain jackets. And we have this back so you can see the shape of it. The tummy warmer. So this is a light fleece jacket. Wait. Then they make a winter coat. All of these have what's called a neck snood. So it goes up their neck a little bit. You'll see how they fit in a minute. First I want to show you though how to measure for these jackets. So this is Otter, he's 16 pounds. A lot of people, when they ask me about jacket sizes, they say, oh, my dog's 15 pounds. What size jacket would he wear? Well, honestly, the weight doesn't matter too much, although it is true that there are corresponding measurements roughly to the weight. I mean, obviously a 10-pound dachshund's chest and back length are going to be different than a 15-pound dachshund. And Otter's 15 pounds. Just wait, buddy. Little over 15. So, but you have to take the measurements because as with people, dogs can weigh the same but have different measurements, and the measurements are what's most important for a jacket. So the three measurements you're going to take is along the back here, around the neck, and then around the chest. Here, Otter. Gotta get lots of rewards for this. He's like, no, I don't like this. So, you're being a good boy. So, as far as the back, you can see how he has his head up. Right here is the crease. If you push your finger in there, it's basically the top of the shoulder blades. So you want to start there. Use a soft, flexible measuring tape like this. Hold on, Otter. There, and then you're just gonna run it down the midline of the back along the spine to the base of the tail here, right where the tail starts. Make sure it's not loose like this. His measurement is 14 inches there. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Such a good boy. Then you're gonna do around the chest. So you want to pick the, you don't want to do right behind the legs. You're looking for the widest, you can see my hand underneath here, the widest part of the chest. So the lowest part, which is kind of behind the legs on him, but not tucked up in the armpits. So I just want to locate the widest part of his chest, the deepest part. And then, come here, and then you want to do the neck. Good buddy. Now, if you measure up here high, like under the ears, you're going to get the incorrect measurement. You actually want to measure farther down at the base of the neck. You're measuring this part here around the neck. So I'm going to place the measuring tape there and come up around, and his is 13 inches around. So that's how you're going to measure for these jackets, and then you're going to select the size online according to the chart. There is standard size chart, standard dachshund, which are dachshunds that are over, in the United States, a standard dachshund is anything over 11 pounds, although this is where the term tweenie actually does, is helpful, because the larger the standard Dachshund jackets are just larger overall. So if they're a tweenie, meaning probably between, 16 and 11 pounds, they might fit either the standard size chart or the mini size chart. So he is technically, he's 15 pounds, a little over 15. So he's technically a small standard, but he actually, his measurements put him in the large miniature dachshund size. So, good boy. So now we're going to try on a bunch of jackets, which is not his favorite thing, but he gets treats. So, actually, let me do this. Put it over here, put some in my pocket. Because every time I open that lid, he just wants to put his face into there. Good boy. There you go. Okay. So let's try. That's the large size. So let's try the medium. His color is green. So I'm going to show you the medium, and you're going to see how it's a little bit too small on him. So around the chest is okay. This jacket has a lot of leeway around the chest. This back part fits kind of tight up to the base of his neck, which I actually don't mind, although it's so tight that this end kind of curls under, which is not what I like to see. Then you put the Velcro around. Let me put him the other way. Come here. Again, this is the medium, miniature medium. The Velcro does go all the way around his chest, which I also like. I put these jackets over the harness, so you don't want to pull it tight because the harness is going to add more bulk under here. So, so when I close it, there's actually only about this much room, extra room with the Velcro. So if he had a harness on, this might be too small around the chest. Lengthwise, it's not too bad, but here's where the base of his tail is, and here's where basically the jacket ends. So there's maybe 2 inches, 1 to 2 inches between the base of his tail and the end of the jacket. So now I'm going to put the large on him. Goes over his head. So this one fits not too different around the neck, but you can just tell there. Is that the large? That actually might be the medium again. Let me see. Nope, that's the large. Not too much different around the neck and chest. Is that the large? That is the large, okay. Around the neck and chest. The back length isn't too much longer. It's a little longer. There's maybe a ½ inch between the base of the tail and the end of the jacket. So the length is a little longer, but this is where it's going to make the big difference. So if I close this is just lightly closed, not pulled tight and stretched out, but just lightly closed. And you can see it's almost to the top of the Velcro here. So when he has a harness underneath and I put this over, it's going to be about midway, which is still going to leave plenty of grip for the Velcro to contact each other. So in his case, the large is the appropriate size. Just wait, buddy. Oh, I should put my treats in the other pocket. It's like treat yoga. There we go. Good boy. Okay. So, no. Come here. Come here. I know. So now we'll do the same with the winter jacket. Now this is a medium, and I'm just going to tell you right away, this is too small. Like, there's more leeway in this jacket on sizes, but this one is too small. Now it's not too tight around his neck, but again, the Velcro, I can barely Velcro that around his chest, and the length, again, there's about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches between the back of the jacket here and the base of his tail. So the medium is definitely too small for him. It is kind of tight in the chest too. Hold on, buddy. Come here. I got a treat for you. No, come here. There you go. In the chest too. Now this is the large. Again, miniature dachshund large. And you want to make sure when you put it on, when you first get it on, it's going to be high here. You want to pull this front down. You can see now when I wrap the Velcro around his chest, it's still not to the top of this Velcro, but it's midway. I also put a harness under this one. Again, the length on the end, there's maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch between the end of the jacket and the base of his tail here. Good boy. Make sure I get his ears out. Now some things, I will let you go. No, it's a good boy. Here, you want another treat? Oh, we didn't do the rain jacket yet. I lied. One more. One more. There you go. Good boy. Just wait. No, just wait. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that's the large. I'm just going to put, he's being very tolerant. I'm just going to put the large on because I know this is the size that fits him to show you how it fits and how it looks on him. Again, there's a little Velcro here around the neck. Make sure that's open when you slide it over the head. The nice thing about the rain jacket having the neck snood is it helps keep the rain off the back of their neck. Good boy. Again, pull the chest down. You can fold this down if you want. I suggest keeping the yellow side out because that's the water resistant one. And then you can close this neck around if you want. That makes it a little tight on him though, and he doesn't really need it. So 2 straps on this one again. Again, the Velcro comes up around the chest about halfway, so plenty of grip here. And this is very close to this is basically at the base of his tail, this one. That was a good boy. Yes, you're such a good boy. So tolerant. So tolerant. You put up with mommy's shenanigans. There you go. Okay, you want a treat? I'm going to let you go. Okay, hold on. There you go. All right, you can go now. So I just want to mention a couple things about these jackets. So we started with the tummy warmer. The tummy warmer does not come with a harness hole in it. So if you have a collar, if you use a collar with your Dachshund, it's fine. We use a harness, and you can put this underneath the harness. I prefer not to. It adds extra bulk, which can then make extra chafe points on their body when it gets wet and dirty. So I prefer to put this over the harness so there's nothing between the harness and their body. So what I do, as you can see here, is so I put the harness on, I put the jacket on my Dachshund, and then I locate where the hook, the ring is on the harness, where you would attach the leash. I can feel it underneath the fleece here. And then I take scissors and I snip a little hole in it. You can see. So you can see that. Snip a little hole in it. It doesn't look pretty, but it works. And the thing is, fleece doesn't, this jacket's a couple years old. Fleece doesn't fray when you put a hole in it. So, you know, it works. It works fine. Like I said, it doesn't look pretty. But so that's one thing to be aware for this, is it does not come with a harness hole or an option to put a harness hole in it, I believe, unless they've changed that recently. But I don't think so. With the winter jacket, it does, you can get a harness hole put in it, and this one you can see looks very nice. It's sewn, it's solid. That way, you know, I'm sure if I put, hold on, I'm sure if I just cut a hole in there, not only would it look unsightly, but this is a 2-layer jacket. It's got fleece underneath and this outer waterproof layer, and they would separate. So I'm glad there's an option to put this harness hole in. There's actually already one for the neck. So if you have, since this has the snood, if you're using a collar, there's already one in there, but you can have this other one added. And then the thing to mention with the rain jacket, it's the same thing with the harness holes. There's one in the neck. You can get one for where the harness is. The tummy warmer only has one wide strap around the belly, but both other jackets, the rain jacket and the winter jacket, have 2 separate straps to help hold them on. This is Summit. She's also a miniature Dachshund, but she is about 12.5 pounds. So she's on the big side of a miniature. But she is smaller than Otter. Now for her, she can actually wear either size in these jackets, the medium or the large. She used to weigh less when she was younger. She's still not overweight, but she's filled out a little bit. And so she was solidly in a medium before. But then I realized once I got the larges for Otter and put them on her, that the large actually fits her better. So this is the tummy warmer, the medium, and fits about halfway up the Velcro here, but we have, this is the big thing, so the length. So the length is almost, I wouldn't say the most important part, but the big difference for me between the jackets. It's okay, there you go. So like here's the base of her tail, and here's the end of the jacket. So there's almost 2 inches there. And she's actually the one that's more often colder than Otter. So I'd like, I know it seems subtle, but I like a little bit more coverage. So this is a large in the teal we just got. They just came out with the large, or with the teal again, which I was super excited because this one's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old. So around the chest, Velcro comes all the way to the top. Again, this is without the harness. This is so new, I haven't even put the harness hole in it. But this is without the harness underneath. So with the harness underneath, it'll fit a little farther down here. But the length is right at the base of her tail. So she can wear either, and it's nice because then I'll have 2 jackets if one's in the wash. It's almost, I wouldn't say too loose around the chest, but it's definitely not too tight. So she is truly, it's like women trying to find jeans. Truly in between sizes in these. But so both options will work. I enjoy having both options for her. Good girl. No, it's okay. It's okay. There you go. Yeah. You get plenty of rewards. This isn't so terrible. You're used to having jackets on, jackets off. So with her, currently the rain jacket she has is a medium. I'll show you what the large looks like on her. But her own rain jacket is a medium. I'm probably going to go ahead and upgrade to the large, but the medium works fine for her. Again, though, you're looking about, and so with the rain jacket, the length is even more important because you want it to cover their bum so it doesn't get rained on. But the medium works. It's not too tight around the chest, but there's no extra space in there. She likes this one fine, though. She moves around in it fine. This is the medium. And then we'll put what she really doesn't like is things over her head. So, oh, come on, kid. There you go. It's okay. That got a little caught. I'm sorry. There you go. You get a good reward for that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come on. It's okay. There we go. So slide this one over the head. This is the large, like I said. Definitely more room in the Velcro here. Again, it's going to go over to harness, so it's nice to have a little extra room with the Velcro. Plenty of room. I like the way this fits around the chest better on her, a little looser. She doesn't like tight things. It is plenty long. It does go to the base of her tail, but as you can see, there's kind of extra fabric on the sides. And this one, even because her waist is so skinny, the back strap on the large, let me turn her around and see if you can see the back. So if you look here, she's real skinny back here, around here. So this back strap, when it comes around, in order to fit her properly, is here. So actually the extra tab, about this much, about 1 inch of it, sticks up past the Velcro. So just sitting here now talking to you, I'm realizing I probably won't get the large for her unless I order them a custom size where the neck and the chest are medium, because you can order custom made ones, and then the length of a custom jacket I would order her would be for the large. So I may do that. Of course, custom ones are more expensive, and these are definitely not cheap jackets. But I've had, like this one, looks almost brand new. And gosh, I want to say I've had it for 5 years or something, and I wash them all the time, just in the washer. So they really are an investment. Okay, this is the medium. And this is the jacket she wore for years. It's just the medium size. Again, you want to pull it down on the front there to make sure you fit it well. Put the Velcro up and around. And this one's about maybe an inch between the base of her tail and the back. Do one more, kid. You're being so good. You're being so good. Now, she's still eating the treats. Slowly, though. Usually she eats them faster. But a really good way to tell if a dog is... It's okay, kid. I know. I'm juggling you around. So good. If a dog is too stressed, is if they normally take treats and they will not eat treats. You know that they are way too stressed. So not only am I giving her treats as a reward, kind of positive association for all these jacket try-ons for doing a good job, but it helps me to know if she's too stressed and I need to stop. So she's not. She's dealing with this pretty well. But anyway, so same thing. I sound like a broken record. The Velcro fits well around the chest. There isn't any excess Velcro. Come here. On this side strap, like this back strap, like there is on the rain jacket, and the length hits to the base of her tail there. It looks like she hasn't, unless she's walking, her back doesn't look as straight, so this jacket looks really funny on her. But anyway, you were such a good girl. Yeah, okay. Okay. One more. There you go. There you go. It's not so terrible. All the treats. All the treats. All the treats. Lots of treats. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you.